this is Dart Matrix here. This is my first tutorial on a bunch of tutorial projects I plan on making eventually. But I decided to make this one up real quick because there's darts on today, and normally I will stream them on my Justin TV at Justin TV/Dart Matrix. But this week I'm in the middle of moving, so I'm going to try to stream darts for Thursday, but after that, you guys are on your own. So I'm going to show you a little secret though, because the good thing is that this week the Players Championship is being shown on ITV, and sometimes they're shown on ITV, sometimes it's shown on the BBC, and it happens to be it's being shown on ITV. Now, I'm going to show you where it is. It's on ITV4. Oops, if I can get this. ITV4. And here's ITV4. And I'll click on that. I'll wait for this to load. And you can see darts are being played on ITV4 today. Right here. Very soon. Okay. Now, I'm in the United States, and this just told me that, sorry, the video could not be found. More or less what it's doing is it's blocking me because I'm in the US. I'm actually using Google Chrome, so I guess it's giving me this error message. When I use my other browser like Safari or Internet Explorer, it gives me a message pretty much telling me, you're not in the UK, you can't watch this. And I'm not. I'm in the United States. So what we've got to do is let them think that we're in the UK so we can watch this. And the way you do that is we're going to go back up here, and we're going to go to a site called Hide My Ass. It's right there. Hide My Ass. I'm going to click on that and click on that. Now, what this is, they give you IP addresses. What an IP address is, it's just like your house address. When you send information out, to the webs, or on the internet, it has to know where to send the information back to. Like you get mail at your house. And that's pretty much what an IP address is. So what we want to do is we want them to think that we're in the United Kingdom. So we'll go over here into this search area, which makes it a lot easier. We'll come down to where we see somewhere here, United Kingdom. And we will update. Now, United Kingdom doesn't have a bunch of IP addresses, but they have a couple. So you're going to have to choose which one that works best for you. Some of them are hit and miss. Some of them you go on, and when you go to try to load it, I guess it's got parental blocks on it, and sometimes you can't get through. So you're going to have to sort of, maybe sometimes go back and forth, and back and forth to try to figure out which IP address works for you. Obviously, the speed is good. You want one with good speed and one good connection. That doesn't mean the ones with low speed and low connection don't work. They do. They might just not work as good. But then sometimes the ones with high speed and high connection don't work as good either. So my best suggestion to you is if you get one that works, just stick with it. Because you could be sitting there fooling around forever. I'm going to try this one here. And I'm going to copy it. And then I'm just going to remember the port is 3128. Now, we got to put the IP address in. We go to our Windows Start menu. Come over here to our control panel. And we go over here to our network and internet. Then to our internet options. And then we got our internet property screen. I know there's other ways to get to it, but I'm making this tutorial a little bit easier so people can just follow along and get there the longer way, but the way they can remember probably better. We go over to connections, and then we're going to go down to LAN settings. Now, as you see, I've already tested this, so I got the IP address already in here. But right now, I'm set up for automatically detecting. What it is, most all computers are set up for automatically detecting pretty much, unless you're hooked to a server of some sort. It just detects and sets up an address for you automatically. But we don't want it to do that. What we want it to do is we want to give it an address. So you click off the automatic detecting settings, go down to the proxy server settings, click on that, copy and paste your address in, which I've already done, but I'll copy and paste it in again. It's going to be the same address. And then if you remember the port, it's 3128. After everything looks good like this, just click OK, hit OK, and we will close down that. Now what we're going to do is go back to our Google Chrome. I'm going to back up here, back up again, and back up again. Now if you notice, even though I backed up, but if you restart it, you'll notice that up here in the corner it says now Google COUK. Well, now I've tricked my computer into thinking I'm not in the United States anymore. I'm in the United Kingdom. So now everything's going to come up UK. If you go to Yahoo, it'll be Yahoo UK and so on. Now let's go back to ITV4. Now, you're going to find sometimes that it might run a little slower. Remember, we're sending this information over to a server in UK, or to our server, then to a server to the UK, and then out to, you know, what we're searching for. So you'll find it might run a little slower. Also, I'm using a Wi-Fi connection. I'm not even straight connected to a modem or anything, so it's obviously going to be even a little slower for me at times. So we're loading up. The other good thing here is we got ITV Player, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, but I'll explain it to you. ITV Player, the good thing about that is like it's almost like if you're in the United States, you get the ESPN. The ESPN will also, you know, whatever they show on the television, or on the, I should say, on their website, they have it, you know, saved, so you can watch it also somewhere else. Now, I want to turn the sound down a little bit. As you can see now, we're working. We're in. We're going to be watching darts in an hour and a half. It's really that simple. This also works with the BBC website, where they have BBC One and BBC Two and BBC Three, which coming in January they're going to be showing the World Championships. And you can also do that, you know, by going to BBC Two, searching it, going on that site. If you don't go through and change your IP address, it's going to give you that same error message, you know, hey, you're not in the UK, you can't watch this. So you just change that address, and you've got it. And like I was saying, with the ITV Player, which I believe, let's see if we can go there, which I believe the BBC also uses this player as well. It's, like I said, again, it's like just a place where all the videos, you know, are stored. So, like, you know, for a few weeks you can come back here and watch the Players' Championship, you know, again, or whatever, or even the World Championships that are coming up for the BBC. And, I mean, I know right now there's no darts listed in here. I mean, I'll, for fun, just type darts in, but I know there's not going to be really anything coming up. But once the Players' Championship is played, they will be listed here on this ITV Player. And that's pretty much about it. I mean, what I would suggest is after you've watched whatever you're going to watch, you know, darts or whatever, I would go back down here to your control panel and your network and your internet options and your connections and your LAN settings, and I would click back to being, you know, back in the United States. Sometimes this address here doesn't always stay there, So you'll have to might go back through the whole routine of, you know, putting it back in there. But that's fine. You could see it only took, what, a couple of minutes. And you're watching darts from the UK. Well, that's it. This is Dart Matrix, and I hope this tutorial helps you guys. And hopefully I'll have some other tutorials to help you out later.